there's certain souls that will actually step to the front of the line, if that makes sense, that will come over to me and say, that's so that's the way that works. And what I want you to even though I'm hearing them, there's certain souls that will actually step to the front of the line, if that makes sense, that will come over to me and say, so that's the way that works. And what I want you to know is that you being here right now, you brought your loved ones with you. As I'm looking out onto all of you, all of your loved ones are here. And what's so beautiful is that there are some loved ones that might be here that you're not expecting to hear from. So for example, what I want you to know, say I'm looking out onto all of you and I see some of you guys have just one person with you, some of you have multiple people that are with you. And what I want you to know is that when I look out onto all of you, right, you're gonna know that anybody can't come through. And what I mean by that is that forget about the camera, okay? The camera has nothing to do with this event. What I mean by that is some people will be all alone on camera like this, but have 3 of their friends sitting over there. Your loved ones don't have a Zoom account. So what I want you to know is that even if your skeptical husband is sitting over there, even if your friend who doesn't want to be read is sitting off camera over there where I can't see her, she can still get a reading because I'm not looking at you guys. I'm not looking at your reactions. I'm not reading, I'm not reading you. I'm listening to the souls in spirit. So I'm letting you know because how many times.
Look how glittery he is.
And all of a sudden I'll be connecting with someone and they'll be like, oh, holy shit, that's my fiance's brother. And I'll be like, well, where the hell's your fiance? Oh, he's over there, but he's too afraid to come up on screen. Or, oh my God, that's my husband's mother. But, I don't know why she's coming through. I'm like, well, where's your husband? Well, he's sitting next to me, but he doesn't want to be on camera. He didn't want a reading today, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who bought the tickets today. Doesn't matter who registered. Doesn't matter whose name is on the ticket. It matters who's there on the other side, okay? And what I also want you to know is that anybody from your life can't come through because this is the biggest misconception. You might be here looking to connect with your loved one in spirit, but you're going to know that your loved ones in spirit want to connect with you. And there are souls that are here right now that have been waiting so long to connect with you, speak with you, talk with you, tell you a message, and that's why they're here. So as much as, we as humans want to control things and, request a certain loved one, you have loved ones on the other side that have to come through for one reason or another. So I need you all to know that. And one of the things that I also want you to know is that during this event, I'm going to try to read as many people as possible. But please understand that not everybody will get a reading. It all depends on who comes through, what soul steps forward, and what soul speaks. But even if I'm not speaking directly to you, please know that the souls don't just start talking. It's not like, someone's mother comes through and then next thing you know, it's like, okay, all the souls remain quiet, right? It's not like that. All of your loved ones are here talking all at once. It sounds like I'm in a crowded restaurant and I gotta get all of the messages. Let me see if I can try to fix this on my end. It's driving me crazy that. I don't know if you guys can see what I see. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can just fix. Does that work? Does that work?
Over here.
No, not really. I want to see if I can kind of fix on my end the, no, I don't know, whatever it is just like a weird energy thing, because it's like, it looks like I'm glistening. This never has happened before, but I don't know, we'll check it out at the end of the event. I don't want to take up too much time. But anyways, please know that one of the other things that I want you to know as well is that during this event, please know that even if I'm not speaking to you, your loved one might be coming through. So for example, I'm doing multiple readings, even though I'm talking to one person. You might be up on the screen and I might be talking to you, but at that same time, I have someone else's grandmother trying to come through. You guys don't know this is happening, but it does. So that being said, by now, you should see the raise hand button on your screen, okay? The first person who presses that button, that's the person who's gonna get the private reading, okay? And what I want you guys to know is this, is that also tells me that it's okay to come over to and give a reading. So let's see.
So now if I touch it, it's gonna say lower hand.
Let me see. Yes. Perfect.
If
Perfect.
I lower
okay,
my
the first
hand,
person
I
that
already
presses that
raised
button,
it.
that's the perfect person who's going to get the reading. It's going to be announced at the end of the event.
Okay.
And as long as you
It says
leave
lower hand,
that
so if I
raised
So you
hand
already
button
had
pressed,
that. Okay.
It
it
said
means
raise
that
hand,
you
I
give me
pushed it.
permission
Now
to
it
come
says
over and
lower
read
hand.
you, connect
Don't.
with you.
That's why I was
speak
like, don't push it.
And what I want you to know is this, okay? Is that during this event,
hope he comes
this
through,
is live. I can't stress this enough. And there's two things that I really just need you to do for me, okay? Two things. And that is make sure that whatever is on your screen is something that you want us to see. So please know that during this event, your loved ones will try to come through. And I need to make sure that during this event, okay, that your panties are on, your bra is on, everything is on. Please make sure of that, because how many times do we do this and we catch someone sitting on the toilet, someone smoking weed in the car, someone's doing something that they're not supposed to do. Yes, it's true. So what I want you to know is that during this event, please make sure that you're present. Please make sure that you're here. Please make sure that we're not seeing panties over the lampshade, right? Or anything like that. No drinking, all right, unless you're from New Jersey. And it's crazy that I even have to say that. But I'm going to show you guys in just a second how it works for me. And what I also want you to know, okay, is that during this event, I'm going to be going from person to person to person, family to family to family, depending on what I see, what I hear, and what I feel. Now, what I also need you guys to know is this, okay? Is this, and this is also very important, is that I know you're all here for the same reason. I know that there's someone that you want to connect with. I know that there's someone that you want to talk to. But sometimes someone comes through that you don't want to hear from, that you don't want to speak to, that you don't want to connect with. And there's nothing I can do about this. This isn't DJ with the Dead. I can't pick which one of your loved ones or not so loved ones want to come through or start or wants to start speaking, right? It's all up to those on the other side. Let me see if I can get them to fix the screen. For me, hold on. Let me send a message to the support team. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if I'm the only one that can see this on here. That's driving me crazy. But anyway, please know that as well. Plus, I have to tell you, I told you that. Oh, and then I also want to tell you that multiple messages can be for one person. So can be for multiple people. So I might be reading for somebody, and I might hear a name, a date, or a place, but that connects with you. Please know that that's also your loved one speaking as well. All right, so let's get into this because I want to start reading. The way that this works is that look, I roll up my screen. The way that this works is on my side of the screen, you guys are seeing me. On my side of the screen, I have this ever-changing waffle. It looks like a waffle, okay? It looks like almost like this, like a grid, right? With all of you guys changing in and out. And that's what allows me to see you guys at home. And what's really cool is that when you guys start to pop up on the screen, not only are you here, but also your loved ones are here in spirit as well. Like, for example, I see that there's Haley Z that's there. She's got a cool background behind it, by the way. I see that there's a grandfather that's there that had passed that's on the other side. And then I also see that there's also a young male that's there that's with them that had also passed that I see that's trying to come through and tell me he passed in tragedy. That soul is there with them. And then I also see over here that there's Dottie Henderson that's here. And I see that there's a mother that's there that's in spirit because I keep hearing about this mother that had passed. She's already crying. I haven't even started reading up. Look at her. Pull her up. I want you guys to see what I see. Look how cute. She's already crying, and I haven't even read for her yet. Look how cute. Oh my God. And she's also got the child with her as well. Yes, I know. And then also when I'm connecting, I also see that there's Susan Nelson here. She's got a father that's there that had passed that I see that's on the other side. So please know that all these souls are here, but only certain souls come to the front of the line. Linda Brunner is here. I also see that there's a father that's there on that side of the screen as well, because I keep hearing I'm the father. This is how it works. And look, she's already, are you freaking out over there? Show her. Your father's here as well, because all of a sudden I heard like, I'm the father, and this is literally what I see. Show her up on screen so everybody can see her. Look at how cute. I love this reactions. This is what you guys don't get to see. So you guys don't think I can see you right now, just like you didn't know, Linda, right? But all these souls are here. So what I want you guys to know is that please know that even if you don't think that I'm looking at you or seeing you, I am, right? And even if I don't come over to a direct message with you, it does not mean that your loved one isn't here. I see them, but I have to go with the souls that are here. So I just want to explain that all to you as well. I like this to be a fun and uplifting event today. I know that everybody gets nervous before they come here. I see so many people, right, are nervous. So many people are like, some people got their hands over their cameras like this. They don't want me to see them. How the hell do you expect me to do a reading? So with that being said, please make sure that what's really important is that if I do come over to you, that you are ready, prepared, and ready to speak to the other side. So that being said, we're going to laugh, we're going to cry, we're going to shit our pants. It's going to be great. I feel fired up. And that being said, I want to go over to Dottie Henson as well, because there's a couple different souls that are there that are trying to come through. And I want to show you guys also while I'm doing this, how the souls come through. Dottie, how are you?
Oh, emotional.
Well, listen, first of all, where are you from?
Video.
Arizona.
Oh, good. Well, happy that I'm actually coming to Arizona. Did you hear that?
I already have my front row tickets.
Oh my God, you are the best. Well, first of all, I got to tell you, there's a couple souls that are here. So first of all, your mom passed here in the physical. She's here with your son. And I also want to tell you, there's a cat that's here as well. That's also on the other side. So did you lose the cat as well?
I think my daughter lost a black cat.
That's the one. Wait, did it have white underneath or like white fur on the
I
stomach?
think so. Yeah.
That soul's also here because when I'm connecting, I have your mother here, I got your grandmother here, I got the cat that's here, and I got your son that's here right off the top. And by the way, before I even connect with your son, did you also lose a child as well, like a miscarriage or a soul that didn't make it?
I was forced to have an abortion when I was 13.
Okay, please know that that soul is also there. Because when I'm connecting, all of these souls are stepping to the front of the line. And I want you guys to see how this works. When I'm connecting with her, right? Please know that I might just be talking to one person. Like your son is the one that has the messages today, right? But all these souls are coming through together for you because all of this is collective pain. And they're showing me that you've been going through such grief. You've been going through such pain because you've been thinking about that child that you had to terminate. You're thinking about your son that's on the other side. You're thinking about your mom. You're thinking about your grandmother and even the cat that's here. So first of all, the one thing that I have to let you know is this is a really emotional reading to do. Because the moment that I'm connecting with your son, he showed me him standing right behind you, protecting you, watching over you. He says, and Matt, the one thing that I want to let my mom know is that she is never alone, that I am here. He tells me that he's been trying to break through from the other side to show you that he's there and that he's with you. And he also wants to thank you for going and talking to his picture. Because he tells me that there's just times when you have his picture up and
you can be the only one on the camera and you can have 3 friends over there hiding outside the camera.
Your son also tells me that there's a lot of questions that you have over his death and what had happened before he had died.
Because it's not him.
And when I'm speaking to him, okay, he also is talking about a rocky relationship that was going on before his departure. So that being said, I keep seeing arguments with his dad. Was he arguing with his dad before his departure?
His dad was an over-the-road truck driver, and the week before he was killed, he was every night talking to him all night long. It's like we feel that he had an idea that something was going to happen to him.
Well, this is what I don't understand. When I'm connecting with him, he shows me like the survivor's guilt that his dad is having over his passing. And I don't know if it's just because of the conversations of what was happening or what it was, but he's bringing that up and he keeps saying to me, tell my dad it's okay. Tell my dad not to hold on to anything. Because when I'm connecting with him, he shows me like that his father many times was tough on him and was very, that's the word I want to use is tough, because I see that his father at the time was trying to get him to like figure his life out and to get things on track. And he says,
when his dad would leave, I would tell him, "Dad, to hell with your dad. You live with me. You don't have to get a job."
Okay, so there you go. Because he says to me that he's feeling survivor's guilt because he was putting so much pressure on him and so much pressure to do things. And I gotta tell you that your son wants to let you know one thing: the two, you and his father were both wonderful parents. And the one thing that your son is telling me is that he wants to thank you that even though the two of you, were parenting him in different ways, he says, you showed me so much love. And your son is bringing that through when I'm connecting with him. But when I'm speaking to his soul, I also felt like a blow to the head when I'm connecting with him. So when I'm connecting with him, I felt it right here. And the next thing you know, I feel as though when I'm connecting that he just lost consciousness.
Yeah. He was struck by 2 cars after he laid his motorcycle down to keep from hitting his supposed friend that stopped in front of him.
He just said to me, Matt, you tell my mom I did not feel a thing. And you know what's crazy about his passing? Your son said to me he did not even see those cars. He tells me they came up behind him. Because all of a sudden I felt boom, and then I felt like my body fly, like my body move. And your son unfortunately had passed even before he had hit the ground. So please know that he's here to let you know on the other side that he did not feel a thing. He wants to let you know that he is fine. And more importantly, what was so hard was that there was no way that he would have been able to be saved here in this world. What was really crazy is that your son said to me, I never even thought, Matt, that somebody wasn't going to be able to see me or that I would have died in this way. So what was so tough is that I have to tell you that your son and this is the hardest thing I gotta tell you, wants you to stop searching for answers. Because he shows me that you've gone through that crash site where he died, you went to visit it. He says to me, you went and you replayed his death over and over. There you go.
We have a bench sitting in the park, a memorial bench made for him, and where he was killed, they cut all the power poles down except for the one where his memorial's at, and it's perfect. We made a cross out of it too.
Your son just said to me, Matt, you need to tell my mom something. You need to tell her I don't want her to stay trapped in the day that I died. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be very honest with you, this was just an accident. So I have to let you know that even though it was tragic, even though somebody should have been paying attention, it was an accident. And your son says to me, it all happened so quickly and so fast. He says, so Matt, he says, what I need my mom to know is that my soul is at peace on the other side. Because he shows me like you having these really, after his passing, just having this anxiety where some moments you have all the faith in the world. And some moments it's like, I don't even know if I believe anymore. I don't believe if there's a heaven, if there's a God, if my son's there. Because of all the pain that you're going through.
He didn't believe that there was a God, but going through, I have almost 3 years, I haven't gone through all of his trailer yet, but I find Bibles that he had marked in places.
3 years, and
he just wanted to look tough to everybody else, but I know he knew it.
But listen, this is about you. He says to me, he's coming through for you to show you there is a God, there is a heaven. And that at your darkest moments, when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're anxious, when you're thinking, is my son at peace? This is his way to show you I absolutely am. And your son just went from the other side and hugged you. He says, Matt, he says the one thing that he loves to see you do is your son shows me you doing all these things in nature for him. Like he shows me you going and like, I don't know if you're hiking or you're planting things for him, but he shows me like there's always these little things that you do outside. And your son just wants to bring that through and say thank you.
I planted a tree when he was born, and with his life insurance, we purchased a lot next door because he always talked about buying that lot and building me a house. So his favorite tree in the park was the Chinese pistache, so I ordered the Chinese pistache and it's planted on the other side.
I see that lot turning, I don't see it being built upon, but your son shows me like you going and like make it into this beautiful garden. It's gonna be this beautiful thing in memory of your son. And he said to me, I see what my mom is doing. So know that he sees that because he tells me before you even came here, right? This is what's so crazy. Your loved ones know what's on your mind. They know what you need to hear to heal. And you say all the time, does my son know? Does he know what I'm doing for him? Does he know about this? He knows. He says, and anytime you're on that lot, your son is with you. So he says, Mom, wait, don't say a word, don't say a word, don't say a word. I want you to hear everything that I know. I know you want to validate, but I need to tell you everything from your son. He just said to me, now,
that he wants to.
You need to let her know. It's the most beautiful thing. He just said to me, I live there, I live there. So like when you go to that garden, you go up with your son, he just says to me, I just want her to know that I live there. Think of me as living there and living by her side in that area. So know it's his way of bringing that through. Know it's his way of showing you that he is at peace. And know it's his way of showing you on the other side that he is always and forever with you. He says, Mom, I love you always.
I think.
He says, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't get upset with me. I'm going to tell you what your son's telling me. Your son used to tells me that like you were a little bit of a hippie back in the day. Is that true?
Yeah.
Because he says to me, Matt, he goes, I was like my mom. He goes, I was a very free spirit. When I was here, he says, I figured life out myself. He goes, I wasn't socially normal, he said to me. He goes, I did everything my own way, not like I was supposed to.
No. And once he got a motorcycle, he was different.
And you know what's crazy is like I see him like even when he was here, like when you talk about the motorcycle with your son, normally I see like people wanting to speed and go off roads and things like that. And with your son it's different. Like I see him really wanting to sightsee and like go visit different places and go on trips and whatnot. And he says to me that was all inspired by you.
So good.
He says, so Matt, he says, please, I don't want my mom to go back.
On your bed. Go sit down.
He says, because there's no other words of healing that he can give you. Your son didn't even know what happened. It happened so fast.
Damn.
So he wants to let you know that his soul has moved past that day. And he needs you to as well. And there's one other thing. He just showed me a pillow. Do you have like a pillow in memory of him, or did you put things in a pillow?
My daughter makes memory bears, and she put his voice inside the foot of the memory bears.
And
Oh my gosh, so you will have, there's a
They have
memory
voice
of
box.
You can download.
Yeah, one of them says, I
And then
love you.
it'll
That's
download
him
onto that
saying
and they
it
can put it
because he
inside.
was always in his squirty pants. And
On your
the
bed.
other foot was talking crap about his teacher.
Well, listen,
sit
I
down.
don't
On
want to
your
get
bed.
that, but what I want you to know is that it's his way of validating it. But he's also showing me a
Dress in that
pillow
bed,
as
bro.
well. I feel like there's a pillow that either was made or a pillow that was kept of his. He's specifically bringing that through when I'm connecting with him. Do you know about that?
Yeah, his dad actually has his pillow in his rig with him. He sleeps with his pillow.
Hello, pay attention. No, it's his way of letting you know. This is why I always like you guys, right? To listen to what I'm saying, because your loved ones in spirit bring things up, right? And this is also a message for his dad as well. So the fact that nobody knows that his father sleeps with that pillow every night and has that pillow, right? I always ask the souls to tell me things that we can't Google, look up, or possibly know. No, it's his way of bringing that through. No, it's his way of letting you know he is with you. He is safe and at peace. And I hope that I get to give you a big hug in Arizona.
Oh, you will. I've got that out that time before the show, too.
Oh, the meet and greet.
Yes.
Well, listen, you remind me who you are because I'm not going to remember you probably, but I will remember your son. I will remember your son. I remember the dead, not the living. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I went to Vegas to see you, too.
Well, listen, now I get to be closer to you. I'm coming to Arizona. So,
Yes.
listen, how long, is this your first time getting a reading?
The first time getting a reading in 2 years of almost every reading you've had.
Well, listen, I know that today was your time. Look at your number one. And I'm going to tell you that sometimes
Well,
it
I
takes...
asked him beforehand because the producers have tried to get me on like 4 different times in this last 2 years, but I was always the last, so you ran out of time. And I asked him, I'm holding his hair and looking at his picture, and I asked him, please don't make me be last.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm so happy that you're here. And listen, it's all to the side. That's why I don't know if you read my Facebook posts, but I said to everyone, have a conversation with your loved one before you come here. Talk to them
Does
because
my
it makes
mom
me
have a
easier on
message,
you.
or is she just...
Say what?
Does my mom have a message, or is she just here?
Just your son for now. Just your son. I would tell you if she did. I would never hold that information back from you.
Yeah.
All right? But I know that she was here pushing your son forward. I'm going to leave you with that.
Thank you so
And then
much.
So you need
you're
to
so,
talk
so
to him
wonderful. Oh my
first.
God, I can't wait to meet you.
Type,
And then
you know what I
also
mean?
at the same time, I also feel when I'm connecting, Alexa, was there a father
Dang.
lost over there?
He's
Keep
going
me
to
on the
somebody else.
father.
Yes. Yes. Granddad.
Your father. Your father.
My father? I don't know him, so that's the
She looks
thing.
Do you
Asian.
know if he had passed away?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I have that
she's
soul here.
half Asian.
I don't know, because I was adopted, so.
Does
No,
your
she's
mom know?
full
Do you know if he
Asian.
had
Oh, she's
passed?
full.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the
No.
mom.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but
It
your mom's
looks
shaking
like
her
it
head,
could
her
be
head,
her.
yes.
Like,
So this is my
her
aunt.
Oh, I'm
mom.
sorry, your aunt.
Could be my granddad, which is her dad.
No, but I'm talking about your. I keep saying one person and you keep flipping it on me. So,
Her dad.
It's my dad. It could be my dad, but I don't know my dad. That's the
okay,
thing.
I don't know if you're ready for the reading or not, but please know that his soul is here, okay? Because I feel like that's who it is. I want you to go back and see if because I don't want to open up a can of worms to say things, unless you're completely ready. But
Yeah.
go back and see.
I'm
Go back
ready.
and see, because I have that soul here, and I also want to switch as well, because I don't want to do a reading if you're not ready. I don't want to put you on the spot like that. No, she's not ready yet. I can tell. I also want to go over because I see David Colbert that's here in family, and I have a father there as well. So please know that even though I'm talking to one person, right, I can still see you guys, and all the souls are trying to come through all at once. David, where are you guys from?
Carson City, Nevada.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Wait a minute. Were you here once before?
We come to almost every show.
Oh, good. I'm saying to myself, I see you guys. And wait a minute, David. You never got a reading from me, though, right?
No.
I know that your wife did last time.
Yes.
Oh.
Good memory. Wow.
I remember because I have two different fathers that are here. Last time your dad came through. This time, David, I have your father because when I was connecting, I kept seeing him behind you and he's saying, that's my son.
Wow.
So first of all, know that his soul is here when I'm connecting with him. And by the way, your dad is so funny because when I'm connecting with him, he just said to me, Matt, he goes, make my son shit his pants. He won't expect for me to come through today. He won't expect for me to talk today. And your father's here and he's acknowledging this. And you know what's so funny? When I'm speaking to your father, he tried to pretend like he was tough on the outside when I'm speaking to him. Like he says to me that when he was here, he didn't take shit from anybody. Do you understand that? And also when I'm connecting with his soul, your dad was the type of person where he shows me he was very self-taught. He figured things out himself when I'm connecting with him. And when I'm speaking to your dad, I also keep seeing building. Did you used to build with him or like make things with him?
Not really, but he was good building stuff. I mean, he could figure things out, and he was really good at it. Like,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. He's showing me like planks of wood when I'm connecting with him. So that means to me that he used to build things or create things, and I feel like this was back when he was younger.
It could be. So the only thing I can think of would be, so my stepfather is passed. My biological father is still here.
Okay. Well, no, it'd be your stepdad. They don't tell me stepfather in heaven. They just tell me Bob. Like, that's like if I come to you and I say your husband or your wife passed, right? They don't tell me ex-husband or ex-wife. You know, to them, that's how they refer. So know that when I'm connecting, his soul's here. And when I'm speaking to him, he's also telling me about his workbench. So do you know, did he have a workbench here in the physical?
Dining room table.
Yeah, he used to do a bunch of stuff on the dining room table. He used to make a bunch of stuff on the dining room table. Like, he would design stuff, stickers, you know, things for people.
I don't think that's it. I think it's, he's talking about when he was younger, because I'm going to tell you the reason why he's telling me this. Your loved ones bring me through the progression of their life. And when I'm connecting with him, he tells me that at the end, like, he was the type of person where he always had to be doing something. He always had to be figuring out things, always up. And he says to me that he used to get very, very excited to, you know, present things to people, make something for someone, give it to somebody. And like when I'm speaking to him, I know what it is. Thank you. I just asked him, I says, what did you used to make? Like, what type of things? And he's showing me, before we're talking about stickers, right? I'm talking about back when he was younger. I feel like he used to like make birdhouses and things like that. Because he shows me like these little things that he used to make. And he's saying to me this. He goes, at the end of my life, Matt, he says, I lost the happiness in doing this. He tells me that at the end, I don't know what was going on with his mind, or if it was just that he was so sick. He says to me that he couldn't do these things anymore. He says, and the one thing that he wants to let you know from the other side is this. Even though this was your stepdad, he shows me that he had such a bond with you when the two of you first met here in this world. And he says to me that he always was thankful to be able to watch over you here in this world and in the afterlife when I'm connecting with him.
Yeah.
What's so sad is this, when I'm connecting with this man, he keeps telling about like hidden illnesses that we didn't know
She
about,
didn't seem like
or
she
that were
was,
not
though.
told to us. Do you understand that?
Like if I was her, I'd have been like, no, I'm
And
ready.
he shows me like for a while, like
But
he was
she
living
didn't
with these
like
hidden illnesses.
refute it. I don't know.
No, she
He
did
was a
say
little
she was
bit,
ready,
how do I
though.
say it?
Oh, I was zoned out.
Trying to use the right words.
I don't know.
When he was like, no, you're not ready.
Like, okay,
Damn, I'd be mad as hell to get picked, and then oh no, you ain't. We're gonna skip to somebody else.
What I'm telling you. So what he shows me is he's showing me different medications that he was on here in this world. And he thought that this was going to fix the problem or be the solution. But there were other things going on in his body that no one knew about. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because he says to me, like, he tells me he wasn't feeling good. He tells me that there were issues. He felt himself slowing down. He felt like he couldn't enjoy life like he used to. He felt there was a piece of him missing. And then he said to me, like, but that's okay. That's what I got the medication for. That's what I got the medication for. Little did he know that there were other things happening within his body. That's what he's showing me.
Yeah.
So he says to me that his body was breaking down little by little by little. And by the time that he would have actually found out that there were things wrong, there was nothing that could be done for him.
Damn.
So know that he's here, because even though he didn't get to give you the final goodbye that he wanted to, he tells me he was so rushed with him. He wants to let you know that he does love you on the other side, and his soul is with you every day. He's one of the souls that watches over you in the afterlife. And what's also beautiful as well is he keeps talking about his car. So when I'm speaking to him, did you help him with his car? Or you used to like bring his car in for oil changes or do things for his vehicle?
No, I mean, kind of maybe at the end there was something I might have did with an oil change or something, because he was in the hospital for a while before he passed. So that could have been towards the end, maybe.
Whatever it is, he just said to me, I feel like it was before he had went in, because he just said to me, thank him for taking care of the car, unless you did it after his passing. That's the only thing I can think of. But know it's his way of letting you know from the spirit world that his soul is also here and watching over you, and he wants to thank you for always being that son to him here in this world. So know that he is here and with you. He is on the other side, and he is safe and at peace.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you guys so much for coming week to week to the events. I only leave you guys with that.
Sit your ass
At the
down.
same time, I see Regina's here. And I also see there's a mother that's there in spirit as well, because I keep hearing I'm the mother when I'm connected. Like, I
Yes.
started getting emotional. Where are you guys from?
We're from Nebraska. We're in Minnesota at the moment, though, with some friends.
Oh, good. Well, first of all, I'm happy that you're here. First of all, when I'm connecting, your mother's here. And is this the first time you're online and doing this?
No, we came last week. We've been doing it quite a bit.
Well, first of all, know that your mother's here and stepping forward, because when I'm connecting, I just kept hearing, I'm the mother. And first of all, when I'm speaking to this woman, and by the way, who's this here with you?
This is my husband, Jeff.
Yeah. Perfect. So, Jeff, you got to meet her mom here in the physical?
Once, yep.
Beautiful. Know that soul's here, because when I'm connecting with your mom, it's hard speaking to her. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. When I'm connecting with her soul, this was a woman who had suffered here in this world before she had died. But she's also talking about a silent suffering. She's going on in her body where she was not talking about it, wasn't sharing about it. And I feel like by the time that you found out that your mom was sick, there was little that you could do for her. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Your mom just said to me that you need to let my daughter know that I am completely fine, that I don't have any pain, and she wants to let you know that her soul is with you every day. When I'm connecting with her, she tells me that there was a little bit of a separation between you and her here in the physical world. And she says to me that you're feeling very upset because you feel like you didn't get to be there for your mom, or connect with your mom, or be there the way that you wanted to. Is that true?
I feel like I didn't do enough.
No, but I don't know if I pushed it.
Your mom just said to me when she was here, this woman is very independent when I'm speaking to her. And when I'm connecting with her soul, she did things her way.
The raised
She says
hand.
to me, Matt, you tell my daughter that I did not want
So I don't know
her
if
to
I
stress
needed to
or to
touch
hold
the
on to
screen
any
to see
guilt
it,
with my
you know?
passing whatsoever.
Because
Your mom, in
I
all
touched it
fairness,
like
did
that,
not tell
so
you that she was
now
sick.
it's-
She
now
didn't
you
tell you
see
that
it.
there was things that was going on. She says to me that you found
long
out
as
at
you
like the
did it,
last moment
I mean, your
when
hand.
all these things were starting to happen. But I gotta be
So,
honest with you.
I don't
When I'm
know.
speaking to your mom,
It was
I
up for a
keep
while.
feeling like
You
she
did
was
it
going
right when
through
he was
things for
saying to
2
do it.
years. So I feel like
No, I
even
did
though
it.
you
You
found
did it
out,
before.
a couple months before your mom's passing, whatever it was, I
Maybe
kept
that
feeling
on.
2
Maybe he
solid
like,
years where she wasn't
it
feeling
was just the
good, where she was
longest one up
purposely
there.
avoiding
And
things,
I hope he
and
picks you.
that's what she showed.
I wonder how many people
I'm
are in
also
here.
seeing when I'm connecting with her this.
Well, you
She's
said
also
it's
saying
like
to
a
me, Matt,
waffle.
I'm not worried about my passing.
So imagine
She goes, I
all the
want my daughter
squares
to
in a
know
waffle.
Oh
that
shit!
I see what's
Damn.
going on in her
Probably a
life
big
now,
waffle too.
and I'm involved in her
Not
life
like
now.
an Eggo.
So
It's like
even though I'm
a
in the
big
afterlife,
waffle with
you know,
a lot more
sometimes you might not
squares.
feel her or sense her.
You
Your
said
mom
it's
is just
like
acknowledging
this,
that even though she didn't maybe always
his,
show you that she was a part of
like
your
bread
life
like
here in the
that?
physical.
Ah, but it's like
She says, I
a
want my
lot
daughter
more.
to know that I see
Yeah,
everything
like
that's
a
going on now.
waffle
She
size.
actually, sorry, it's
Of-
weird that you only
of
got to meet this
spoons.
woman once because
Damn.
she loves you when I'm speaking about her. She just said to me, Matt, she goes, I wish I would have gotten to spend more time with him because he's such a great guy. And she first of all wants to thank you for the way that you take care of her daughter so much. She says to me, but Matt, she goes, can you tell my daughter to lighten up on him a little bit? She says, because she said, he's like going 24/7. And what's this one? Are you redoing your house or like repainting the house?
We just built a new house a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, now hold on. I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm telling you what your mother's telling me. Are you like trying to, do you not like the paint color? Are you trying to like change up paint colors in the house?
Not currently.
Bullshit. She says to me when I'm connecting with her, something about a cream. Are you trying to do like a cream
So
or like a
fuck that,
paint a
I'm
room
right.
yellow?
I mean, I've thought about maybe needing to change the color in some of the rooms because it's all the same color, basically.
Yeah.
And your mother just said to me this. She says, on the side, this is what brings so much happiness. Is being able to watch over your life now, being able to see that house and all that you do. And your mom just says to me, now, she says, the one thing that I want my daughter to know is this. She says, I didn't get to tell her before I died how much I loved her, that I cared about her. She says, and that's the one thing that you go back and you think about every day because your mom's passing was so rushed that in those moments you really didn't know kind of what to do to her or what to say to her. She said, I'm here to let my daughter know that I'm fine. I'm here to let her know that I'm with her and that she is safe and at peace in the afterlife. She's also telling me that you just recently changed your hair. So did you just cut your hair or change your hair?
Well, I've been trying to like do different things with it because I get bored.
She just said to me, Matt, because every time I'm looking at my daughter, she looks different to me, she tells me. And she's bringing that through. And there's one other thing I'm seeing, okay? Hold on. Did you track down like an old high school photo of your mom?
Well, I have on my phone, I've got a picture of her and my dad.
Is that when they first met, or is that like from years ago?
It's when my sister got married, but it was from years ago.
I also feel something different. Wait a minute. It's not what she's showing me. She's very adamant about this. She's showing me like this photo of her. I see her with like these like cat eye glasses on when I'm connecting with her.
Yes.
And she's
Got
talking
the
about
old
that
schools.
picture in particular. It's a sepia tone picture. It looks like it was done in the studio. It looks like it was what's it called? Either had to be a high school picture or like I don't know. I don't know back in the day how they did things.
Yes. So there's two. There's one of her leaning up against an old, I don't know what year, 60 something kind of car. And then there's like a family photo where she's got her cat eyeglasses on.
That's gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Know that she's bringing that through because she says to me, Matt, I don't know if you just recently like came across this picture or found this picture, but no, it's her way of acknowledging that from the other side, that when you were looking at all of these things and seeing all of that, it's her way of letting you know that she is there and with you. She is on the other side, and that she is always and forever watching over you in spirit.
Oh, I miss her so much.
There's one other thing that's really odd, okay? Your mother's telling me, now I haven't had this happen in a very long time. Your mother keeps telling me she comes to you in flowers. Do you smell like a certain flower, or is there a flower connected to her?
I've been trying to plant lots of like wildflowers around the house, out in like the fields and stuff.
It's gonna be something more than that. So the last time I had this happen during a reading, it was years ago, and the woman's mother was a florist, right? And when I was connected, I could smell flowers. And when I'm connecting with your mom, she keeps
Lilacs.
Okay, she keeps telling me in connection, like that's a sign that she sends you. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Did you get a sign like that from your mom?
I haven't noticed that before. I'll have to watch.
She said to me, I mean, it's kind of an odd sign to send, but she's just said to me, she goes, that's the way that I reach out from my mom to my daughter. And there's one other thing she won't stop leaving me alone when I'm connecting. I know your name is Regina, right? But were you also named after somebody or had the same name?
I was named after the landlady. My sister named me. My older sister named me after her because my mom asked her, "What do you want to name your baby sister?"
Dennis Martin Polk.
So I don't know if that person had passed on or what that is, but your mother was telling me like there's something special about your name. And she's bringing it through, letting you know that on the other side, she says that every time
you get the notifications. Oh, damn.
And it's so funny. Like, I just think it's like a cute thing that your mom's telling me. Letting you know that on the other side, she's fine.
You read my
She's with
yearbook
you, and she is
messages
taking
too.
a piece. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm the same
Thank
guy.
you guys. And also, I want to go over to Belinda, because when I'm connecting with Belinda, I also see there's a father that's there, and I also see there's a young male that's there that passed as well.
Why is her
Hello.
hand up?
Hi, where you guys from?
We're in Idaho.
Oh, perfect. And who's here with you? Is it your mom?
Yep.
Perfect.
Hi.
Well, first of all, I'm so glad that you guys are here. So first of all, when I'm connected, I keep hearing, I'm the father, I'm the father. So first of all, was that your mom's dad that passed?
Yeah.
So know that he's here. And then, oh, you guys still with me? Okay. And by the way,
Yes.
do you guys see what's going on my screen? Do you guys see that with is it just me? Do you see like the sparkly things? The distortions? Yeah. Okay.
We do.
Well, at least I'm not going crazy. I'm like, am I the only one that's seeing this? Or I feel like it's getting worse. It's so weird. Look at that. That's crazy. All right. So first of all, know that that soul's here. And then also when I'm connected, I also see this young man that's here that's in spirit that's trying to come through as well. Was that your brother?
That's my son.
Okay, he's here. Because when I'm connecting, he was running towards me from the other side, and he had said to me, Matt, you need to let them know that I'm here. He's with his grandfather. So your dad is pushing him through to be able to speak and to be able to communicate. And first of all, I have to tell you that your son has been trying to reach you from the other side in so many different ways. And when I'm speaking to him, did he just celebrate a birthday?
Yes.
Because he's bringing up the birthday. How old would he have been? Because when I see him, he's just this little tot. Like, he's young on the other side when I'm speaking to him.
He was going to be 20.
Damn.
When I'm speaking to him, I keep seeing him. I thought he was only a teenager. I don't know if he just looked younger
right
or what it was. When I see him, I could have pictured him at like 15, 16 years old.
Footage.
He just said to me when I'm connecting, he says, Matt, I have to let my mom know that I'm okay. And when I'm connecting with him,
Yeah,
this soul,
they're
you
over there
guys,
right now.
it's like,
That's dope.
to
Chris
connect
and
with your
Vanessa
son,
live
I can't
together.
like make him sit
They
still.
they
He's like running
roommates.
all around heaven when I'm communicating with him.
I
know,
He
I know,
like
I know,
will
I
not
know.
sit still. I don't know if he had like ADHD
She's,
or something,
looking
but when
for
I'm connecting with him, he's like
Oh,
bouncing
okay.
off the
Oh, that's
freaking
dope.
walls. I'm like, can you just stay here for a minute so like
Used
he
to.
can connect with you? And he's so
Yeah, I
funny.
like that.
He says to me, Nat, he goes, I gotta tell you, he goes, I had style here in this world, he's telling me. And he's showing me like his sneakers when I'm connecting with him.
Yeah.
And he's saying like he was obsessed with having
He was a
different sneakers. And it used to
sneakerhead.
drive you crazy because like all the money used to go towards sneakers. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he's also telling me when I'm connecting with him, he goes, Matt, he goes, I didn't care. He goes, I would wear the same t-shirt and jeans every day. He goes, as long as I had my sneakers, he says. My sneakers were everything. He goes, that's what was pristine.
Hey,
So he's bringing that
Yes.
through from the other side.
sneakerhead.
But your son also wants to apologize because he tells me that he was a punk here in this world.
What?
He says, and the one thing is, he says, Matt, I drove my mom crazy here in this world. And your son just said to me when I'm connecting that he wants to thank you, not only for being his mom, but for being his protector and for being his best friend. The one thing that's really hard about your son, though, is when I speak to him, he shows me him like living life on the edge. Like when I'm speaking to him, like I feel like he never knew what danger was and never knew how dangerous things were. He never knew, because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's like things you know about your son, and I feel like there's things that you don't know about your son, right? Because I see him like sneaking things and saying, don't tell my mom, don't tell my mom. And he shows me about him smoking weed on the other side when I'm connecting with him. You understand that?
Smoking weed
Yeah.
on the other side.
And I also see him drinking beers. Like he used to go and like steal beers or like sneak beers when I'm speaking to him.
Okay.
Do you know about some of these things?
They
Oh, watch
froze
this for a
up.
second.
Yes.
You know about what I'm telling you? Look at how crazy it is. Her son comes through like this screen like just is getting so weirded out.
Yes.
He's still.
Yeah.
They
So
still
know
froze
that-
up.
I got you. Okay.
Know that one of the things is it's his way of acknowledging. Look at how crazy the screen is. You see how when spirit starts to come through, like weird things can happen with electricity? Like that's the reason why we always have like double mic packs, we always have like double internet here, we always make sure, but like it's crazy. Know that one of the things is that when I'm connecting with him, he just said to me that you're upset about the day that he died and what had happened. So I don't know what just happened. I keep losing you.
Yeah, I can hear you. That's
You better
correct.
fix that
Do you see how
connection.
crazy my screen is right now? Like what keeps happening? Like it just flashed green out. So weird.
Oh,
Do
I
you
see.
see
Look,
that?
I see it too.
Hold on, I'm losing them. It's so this is so pissing me off because it's not an internet connection thing. It's literally her son's spirit thing.
Yeah,
that's
that's
literally
crazy.
what's going on right now.
That's crazy.
Let me see. Production, can you turn off that camera and turn it back on and see if that maybe fixes the problem? Let's see. Let's try to outsmart. Let's try to outsmart the technology in the spirit world. Let's see if we can get a better connection because I really don't want to lose her. Okay, so we turned the camera off. We're going to turn you back on and see if that kind of helps. Like I said, every day, you guys, going up till October 31st, this is what's crazy. And what you guys don't see, right, is that when it comes to like me being on television and whatnot, if you look on television when I'm out on at a show, I'm always
His went off.
lost me too. Anyways, when I'm at a show, I'm at a live event, right? They always double mic me twice because things like this happen. Because when the spirits start to get really super strong, all right, we lost Belinda. I don't know what the hell happened. All right, we're gonna see if we can come back there. But at least she knows her son's here. All right. At the same time, I also hear when I'm connecting, there's Robin Palmieri here, and there's a father that's there as well when I'm connecting, because I keep hearing I'm the father. So I want to come over there when I'm speaking as well. And also a mother that's there that passes as well. There's a lot of different souls that are coming through. Robin, where you from?
Rhode Island.
Long Island or Rhode Island?
Yeah. Yes.
Long Island?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Perfect. Well, I'm glad that you're here. You're right down the street from me.
Rhode Island. Yes.
I can hear you. I don't know if it's on my screen or...
Yes.
Look, he keeps going green.
Hold on. Is it, can you guys hear me and see me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay. Perfect. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, your dad passed here in the physical? Your dad departed?
Not mine, no. No. Her dad.
Who are you here with? Oh, your dad passed.
My cousin.
Okay, this is your cousin that's here?
Yes. Yes.
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Let me check with production to make sure that you guys, that everything's good on my end. Hold on, I gotta make a phone call over here because I never had this happen before. This is like crazy. Hold on. If we have to go over on time, we're going over on time. So that being said, I just gotta get down to the bottom of this to make sure you guys can hear all right. Let me see. Hey, are you guys over at the production office? You guys able to hear and see me all right?
Yeah.
Is it crackling sound on my end or their end? All right, let me see. We're gonna go. We'll go to the backup camera. We'll see if that works. This is so weird, you guys. We've never had this happen. I'm gonna go to backup camera here. Oh, my Lanza. It's a little different. Hold on. We have a backup camera. All right. Hopefully now this will work better. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Perfect. So know that first of all, when I'm connecting, who's here with you? This is your cousin?
Yes, it is.
And what's your name?
Patty.
Patty? Why do you look like you're seeing a ghost, Patty?
I don't know. I just got so nervous.
Okay, know when I'm connecting, right? The way that it works is that when you're all here together, so are your loved ones in spirit. And when I'm connecting, so that was your dad that had passed. Know that the moment I'm connecting, the way the souls will work is they'll start to immediately put me back in their body and show me what went on with them here in this world. And when I'm connecting with your father, right away, he shows me that, first of all, there were issues with circulation with him here in this world when I'm connecting with him.
Circulation.
And when I'm speaking to his soul, I also felt that there were some heart issues that he was going through before his passing here in this world. Your father said to me, Matt, I tried to ignore this for years and years and years, he tells me. He says, and the one thing that's really hard is that I also hear, and I don't know if you know this or not, I feel like that your dad had a heart attack and either didn't tell him, or there's some type of a mini heart attack or mini episode that happened before he had died. Were you ever brought aware of that or just suspected that?
I think many strokes.
Whatever it is, he shows me this. And I see when I'm connecting, like, he tells me that his family saw it even before you did. Like, I see you guys saying, like, oh my God, what's going on with my dad? Like, there's definitely something wrong with him. He's not acting himself. He's not being himself. All of these things. Your father just said to me when I'm connecting, Matt, he says, I want to let my daughter know that I apologize for this because before he had died, and the reason why he's coming through is he tells me that this started to affect not only his body, but his personality here in this world. And your dad says to me that before he died, it's like he became a different person. And he says to me that you didn't get to feel the closeness that you wanted to with him because it's like whatever was going on with this health also affected his personality and affected his relationship with you. Do you understand that? He just said to me when I'm connecting that he wants to let you know that his soul is there and that he's okay. And also when I'm connecting with him, I just saw him pull through a baby that's here as well. Was there a miscarriage or a soul that was lost that you know of in your family? That
He
was
did.
And was that baby was that baby passed right either during birth or like right before birth?
It was 13 weeks.
Because all I see is this. Okay, when souls show me this, I just saw a child that showed me that they had issues developing here in this world. And I felt when I'm connecting that there was a straight issue with the lungs forming or the lungs developing because I keep seeing about them trying to get this child to be able to breathe on their own. There was a difficulty with breathing that's coming up. Do you know about that?
No, I had a miscarriage.
That's not the soul that I'm connected with. This soul that I'm seeing was either born or was brought here into the world and then either died either right before birth, right after birth. There was specifically an issue with lungs being able to form because I see that. Go back and find out if that's someone with your dad because I also have that soul that's here. And it could be for someone else that's here, but I feel like it's someone within your family. And sometimes back in the day, right, people wouldn't talk about this or speak about this or talk about these certain things happening, but they did. So know that one of the things is that soul's also here, and this is your dad's way of letting you know that even though You didn't get to have that final goodbye or get to connect with him the way that you wanted to. It's his way of letting you know that it was all just because of what was going on with his illness. He says, Matt, I loved her. I loved my family. I want them to know that I'm okay and that I am safe and at peace. Right, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. And then also at the same time when I'm connecting, this is really interesting as well because I'm being pulled over here. Becky, did you lose a husband? Did your husband die? Did your husband pass?
You're muted.
Hold on, we're gonna see if we can get your microphone on. You gotta press the.
How do you know they were muted?
Because she was talking.
Oh, my ex-husband.
Your ex-husband. Oh my God, he's here. I
Why
got
is he scared?
two different souls that are here. So wait a minute. Who are you here with? Is this your daughter?
This is my niece, Angela.
your niece.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. So first of all, when I'm connecting, I have that soul that's here. And I have a father that's here as well when I'm connecting. Was that your dad that departed?
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Know that he's also here when I'm connecting because those are the two souls that are stepping forward right away. And it's also crazy because when I'm connecting, were you here with your friend that died?
No.
Because when I'm connecting, there's this woman that's also here that's trying to break through from the other side.
It might be, well, I have a lot of friends that have passed. What comes to mind is Donna.
Okay, but wait a minute. I'm also hearing, is there someone connected to a Cindy? Cindy or Cynthia? Okay, because I'm also hearing that name that's also trying to come through as well when I'm speaking. I keep hearing say Cindy. I feel like that was a nickname. I feel like the full name would have been Cynthia, but I feel like they would have called her Cindy here in the physical. I'm going to stay with this. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm 72. I've lost a lot of people and friends.
But listen, age is not a thing. The weird thing is that when you're here, right, it's not just, like, I see everybody's stuff. Like, you have, like 12 different people that are here that are in my fruition that I can see, but only certain souls, right, comes in front of the line with specific messages. Those are the ones that I hear, clearer than others. And when I'm connecting, what's really interesting is that I do have your ex-husband here because when I'm connecting with him, even though the two of you were divorced here in the physical world, he stepped forward because he still shows me that he comes and visits you on the other side. And what's so crazy about this is that he just said to me, Matt, he goes, I want to just take this opportunity to thank her for the role that she tried to play within my life. When I'm speaking to him, right away when I'm connecting with this soul, he just showed me that there were alcohol issues with him here in the physical world when I'm connecting. And he just said to me, because he showed me the alcohol bottles, and he said to me, Matt, this is what caused everything. This is what caused everything. Not only his relationship with you, but he also says to me when I'm speaking to him that it caused his passing. He had so many issues within his body because of the years of abuse that this alcohol led him to. So I need you to know that what's really crazy is with him, and when I'm connecting with him, he shows me, and this is what I really need you to know, he shows me that the best years of his life were the years that he spent with you, the years that he had loved you, the years that the two of you were with one another. He says to me and Matt, he goes, after we divorced, he says his alcoholism had gotten way worse.
Picked up.
And he shows me that he never truly had happiness within his life. He said the only time he had happiness was hitting that bottle. And you know what's really interesting? He just showed me a vision. So even though the two of you were divorced, did you still try to intervene or try to help him through that? Okay. Because he shows me about 3 or 4 times. Spirit sometimes calls this touch points, 3 or 4 touch points where you came and you tried to either talk with him or get him back on the right track or get him back on the road, even though he was no longer your responsibility, even though he was no longer your husband. He says to me, Matt, she was the only one that could do it. And if I didn't listen to her, I wasn't going to listen to anybody. And he's bringing that through. And you know what's so sad? Is that he actually just showed me him going to a doctor's appointment. I don't know if you know about this. And him being warned about this. Where he went to the doctors and they had said to him, you're going to die from this. If he had... Oh, you know about this?
Yeah. He was my cousin's dad, yeah. I still had contact with him too, even after their divorce.
So he just showed me him going to the doctors and then saying if you do this, you can get this changed right now. We can change this. We can help you right now, but you have to be willing to do it. And he said to me, I wasn't willing. That's what he just says to me.
Damn. So
know that one of the things is this, he shows me him going to the doctors and never going back. It's he blatantly was like, he had his choice right then and there, and he says, I'm never going back to the doctors again. And that's how he had died.
He didn't go back until hospice.
He shows me. And the one thing that I have to tell you is this. He just said to me, Matt, and I feel like he's coming through for you for a reason, not just because you're the ex-wife, but I feel like he's using you as a way to also reach his family. Because he said to me, I want to apologize to my family. I want to tell my family that I'm sorry. He says, because he shows me that he pushed everybody away. He shows me that when he was here, his...
What happened?
Thought.
I don't think he has family left. His daughter, we only had one child, and she passed 2 years ago.
So
would he know that?
Yeah, of course he knows that. She's going to be with him on the other side, right? But you got to know that whoever it is, I see that there was so many people that tried to help him and be there for him. And he shows me about when he died, it's really like he died alone because he had pushed so many people out of his life. So know that, listen, when you try to help somebody or do something for someone and they don't recognize it here in this world, for example, he did not recognize all the ways that you tried to intervene within his life, the ways that you still made yourself available to him, the way that you still loved and cared about him, even though he was no longer your responsibility. You have to know that this is his way of letting you know that on the other side, Becky, when he got there, he saw everything. He saw the love that you had for him. He saw the way that you took care of him. He saw all of these things that he didn't get to see here in this world. And he's just bringing that through. So know that in turn now, he tells me that he's watching over you. And I gotta be honest, I don't mean to put your life out there, but he tells me everything. He says to me that you've been having issues with your own health here in the physical world as well. He tells me there's been some health scares that you've been going through. And luckily he tells me that you're gonna be okay. And he says to me, Matt, he says, I want her to know that I'm there. The way that she took care of me, the way that she, just he tells me you were like, your loved one's their personality changed just on the other side in a good way. Like, now that he doesn't have the alcoholism, he goes, Matt, she was like Robin Williams. She was like a genie. She would just appear up in my life at different points.
What is this?
He goes, when I would hit rock bottom, he says to me, that's what he's doing in your life right now.
Is that important?
So know that he's bringing that through. And he's acknowledging that. And this is also really weird. At one point in your life, did you used to paint? Did you used to be like a painter or like an artist?
We started doing painting classes
We're
recently.
doing painting now, yeah.
Kidding me right now? He shows me a canvas and painting, and he says to me, you bring this up to know that it's real. So what does that mean? You guys just recently started painting classes?
Yeah, the wine and sip, yeah.
Shut up. He just said, because he kept saying to me, Matt, I never knew she was a painter. I never knew she was a painter.
I'm not.
But listen, it's his way. What your loved ones try to do is what they really want to validate from the other side is that when I'm not here and with you, they're there and with you, right? So after his death, the same way that you asked me, was he there with his daughter? Did he see her on the other side? It's his way of showing you, like, well, if he can see that you're painting and doing these things, he can see everything else. All right? I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you. You're
very welcome. And then also, at the same time, when I'm connecting, this is a really, tough reading. Hold on, I'm just listening to the soul. I feel like I'm with Joshua. Joshua, can we come over to you? I'm really confused by this.
Hello?
Hi, Joshua, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, all right, not too bad.
Oh. Where are you from?
Okay. Not too bad.
UK.
Kind of like
AJ. Perfect. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, a little
really
bit.
Interesting. And I
Hell
got this
yeah.
soul, so I'm hoping I'm with the right person.
Hey boy,
There's a soul
AJ.
that's coming through that's showing me that they were struggling with like a depression that was undiagnosed, or a depression like some type of a mental illness that was undiagnosed here in this world.
I'm not sure.
Was there somebody who took their life here in the physical world that was connected to you?
No, just no.
Okay, that's not with you. Hold on, I gotta find out who the soul is. Katie, could that be with you? The soul just appeared out of nowhere, and I keep feeling what I'm connecting, like that we knew something was wrong with them.
Else.
They had some type of a depression or like an anxiety, but it was truly never like figured out.
Oh.
Kate, is that connected to you?
I hope he goes.
No, I don't think
I mean, my hand is raised already.
Were you here to connect with your grandmother today?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have her too. Because she's like over here and she's yelling to me. She's like, well, this person doesn't come through and you can't figure out, I want to talk. I'm like, listen, hold on, I got 10 different loved ones talking at me right now. Know that soul is also here. Move my screen a little bit. Know that soul is also here on the other side when I'm connecting as well. So first of all, oh my God, wait a minute. Sorry. I have both souls not bothering me. Hold on. This is what's so frustrating being a medium. I like to pretend like I run the show, but it's not like I can be like, okay, just bring her grandmother through, just bring her son through, it's whoever talking. So for all of you who are here right now, I feel like this was a recent passing within the last year. Okay? I see some of you guys waving on the screen. Hold on. Let me just tell you, because I feel like the soul, it keeps interrupting me. And when that happens, this is normally a soul that recently just passed away, or this is a soul that passed within the last year. And I'm seeing that there was issues with depression. There was issues with anxiety. I see that we were trying to figure out like what was going on, what was happening with them, right? And we were too late. By the time like they had died, right? There was nothing that could have been done. Like obviously nobody knew that this person was going to take their life in this way. So know that soul is here, okay? Because I have to let their voice be heard so I can also connect with your grandmother as well. Okay. So know that when I'm and by the way, so the soul keeps interrupting, just saying, tell my family that I tried. So I feel like they tried to stay alive here in the physical. Know that your grandmother, and Raquel, is that with you? Is that soul with you? She's not paying attention. That's all right. Know that one of the things is that your grandmother is also here, because she just said to me, Matt, I'm like her mom, she said.
Yes.
And she says to me that the one thing that I have to tell you is that your grandmother tells me that she helped raise you and was part of your life. And even now, first of all, this woman was very religious. She believes in the other side. She shows me there's still rosary beads or prayer beads that were kept in memory of her here in this world. She's bringing that up. And do you know when I'm speaking to her, she just said to me, Matt, she goes, believe it or not, my granddaughter looks like me. So I'm looking at her and I'm looking at you. She shows me this resemblance with one another. Your grandmother tells me that every day you think about her. And she says to me, Matt, she goes, thank you for including her within your life. Because she tells me anytime that you're stressed, anytime that you're nervous, anytime something that happens in your life, your grandmother is telling me that you're looking for her and looking for her guidance on the other side. She says to me, Matt, you need to tell my daughter that I'm the one that's there. I'm the one that's watching over her. I'm the one that's keeping an eye on her. And she's bringing that through when I'm speaking to her. She actually just said to me that she's been trying to come to a dream.
My hand is raised already, though, so there's nothing else I
she's
can
come
do.
to visit you. Have you seen her appear in a dream?
I haven't. I want to desperately,
okay.
but I haven't. I've had really bad nightmares ever since she's died. So
what's interesting is that sometimes we block ourselves without even knowing it. So I do know that your grandmother has tried to come to you in a dream. I do know that your grandmother has tried to visit you, but sometimes nightmares are things that just energy that we're holding on to, either from a past experience, or it might be that, from someone's death, and it kind of blocks our loved ones, but she will be visiting you. And I already know that she comes to visit you at night when she shows me. What I need you to know is this: when I'm connected with your grandmother, like she shows me that, tell my granddaughter, tell my family that I was at peace when I passed here in the physical world. She says to me, my death was so beautiful because she tells me she got to see everybody long before she'd even died.
Yeah.
She says that she wants to thank you all for spending such quality time with her. Because I see like she keeps talking about like weekly visits. So did your family used to go and visit her like every week up to the moment that she died?
Yes. Yeah.
Because she says to me that she wants to thank you all for knowing how precious her life was. Because I see you saying like, every week I gotta go see my grandmother. Every week we gotta go see her. We gotta go visit her. And she said to me that gave her something to look forward to. She tells me that at the end she was losing mobility within her legs and losing mobility to walk. She goes, I didn't have anything to do, Matt. She goes, but watch television. She goes, so get up. She goes, I so watch television. She says, I would read a little bit. She says, and my life was so simple at the end, but she used to love those weekly check-ins. And she said to me that even now on the other side, her soul, so the same way that you used to go and check in on her, she now checks up on you. And she's bringing that through. I'm also hearing, was there Rose connected as well, like Rose or Rosemary?
I don't know.
Okay, know that soul is also there when I'm connected?
Oh, wait, that's her grandmother that she loved. Like, yes, yeah, that,
She just said to me, Rose is here, Rose is here.
Oh, wow.
Letting you know that same love that she had with her grandmother, right?
Yeah.
She got to see her grandmother on the other side. She says to me that this is what we were, Matt. She goes, that's the reason why she was so connected to you, because she remembered the way that her grandmother took care of her and loved her. And when she got to the other side, she saw her grandmother there. I mean, she saw other people as well, but she was really excited to see.
Yeah, she was.
I don't know.
It was.
He
She
said it's
talked
like
about.
a
But I just say another
waffle.
word because she's telling me, she's like, I told her about her. I told her about her. And there was
like
also
Hollywood
a recipe that she used
Squares.
to make in memory of her grandmother, she shows me. So there was some type, it looks like a bread to me. She showed me like a bread that she used to like make in memory of that grandmother and said like, my grandmother used to make this and now I make this. She's bringing that up. Oh, wait, this is gonna sound crazy. Do you also have towels of her, like little hand towels?
I have her handkerchief.
Okay, it's gonna be what it is. So when I'm connected with her, she was showing me like this like little cloth. It looked like there had to be like you Italian? What are you?
No.
Okay. The reason why
white.
No, the reason why I'm asking was in Italian. There's a word that it's called mappino. Like it's called like a little towel, right? And that's like what that's like what in my I'm Italian, so we say things.
Yeah.
That's what's called in Italian, right? And she's showing that to me on the other side, which is her way of showing me the fact that you kept those little like handkerchiefs of hers.
Oh yeah.
It's her way of like bringing that through from the other side.
You didn't believe in her? Like you didn't know who
that on the other side.
Really?
She says, "Matt, I want her to know that I'm her guiding force." And
I never heard of them. I heard of the Long Island one because Trish watched that show.
I also see something.
The lady, you mean?
Yeah.
She's good too.
Yeah, she is.
They start to show
Nah,
he's
he's legit. I'm just look at everything with a degree of skepticism at first, but nah, he seems like it's legit. I hope he calls on you.
Yes, I do.
How do you connect with them?
When someone said that they couldn't do something, she would repeat a poem. Somebody said it couldn't be done, but she with a chuckle replied, and I got a tattoo that actually has part of that as a meaning.
Shut up! That's crazy! Because she says to me, Matt, you gotta tell about the poem, So listen, she says to me, and she's bringing this up for a reason, because when I'm connecting with her, this is all about your anxiety. She tells me that you've been so anxious lately. She tells me that you've been feeling like you've been hitting roadblocks, you've been feeling a struggle, and like you don't see. It's been very hard for you because you're the type of person where like you have to know what's gonna happen in the future. You have to know what's gonna come up next. And like you've been having such a hard time because you don't see a pathway for yourself.
Right.
Your grandmother says to me you don't have to see a pathway. Right.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So
just leave it.
Don't worry
It's
about
cool.
the things that haven't happened yet because your grandmother shows me her helping to open up doors for you that you know nothing about. And by her showing me that
He's
poem,
New
it's her
York.
way of letting you know in spirit, always think
He's
about
from New
this,
York.
always think
I
about
could
this.
tell.
And the fact that was from
He's from Long Island.
He's from New York. Yeah, I could tell, yo.
You got that tattoo
Oh,
on you.
Staten Island.
Staten
No, it's her
Island, New
way of
York.
letting you
yo.
know from the other side that she sees that. She is with you, and she is safe and at peace.
But his accent is very
I'm
pronounced.
gonna leave you with that. Thank you guys
So
so
I
much.
can see why you
Thank
think
so much
Joe,
for
you
being
see-
here. Thank you
I
guys.
thought
I can see
Staten
him bring
Island
up
was
the
New
show.
Jersey.
It's one of the boroughs of New York. You know, the 5 boroughs that make up New York City: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Staten Island.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Oh my god, I crack myself up. So I do that all the time. Like, where I'll see like dead people that other people can't. Sorry, I don't mean to freak you guys out. All right, really important. Switching gears. I also have this other soul that's coming through. Shelly, did you lose your Shelly? I don't know if it's Shelly. Did you lose your father? Was there a father that passed right there?
No, not me.
Can you? I'm gonna pull her up because this is weird. This man's coming through. He's a young man that has.
My grandfather's.
Wait a minute. Don't start feeding information. I want to tell you. The soul's coming through that showed me that he passed on a motorcycle. Did you lose something in the motorcycle accident?
On a bicycle, yes.
Okay, who was that to you?
He's a really close friend. I'm his brother.
Okay, that soul's here. I didn't know who this soul was because when I connected with him, he showed me right behind you, and it's like he's watching over you, and the soul's here. So that was your friend that had died.
Yes.
And this is really crazy because when I was connecting, you gotta know how I see things, all right? I just want to explain it. When I was connecting with this soul, all I saw was a police line do not cross, and I see, however he was hit, it's like, I don't want to get into too much detail, but he told me his body was unrecognizable. I saw him laying in the street. So he was thrown several yards or several feet away. And I also feel like he was run over because when connecting, he's showing me like them trying to even figure out what car was involved.
Nice.
His soul's here right now. First of all, who are you here with?
My husband.
Hey, sir, what's your name?
I'm Ricky.
Ricky, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
First of all, when I'm connecting, his soul is here because he just said to me, Matt, I did not expect to die in this way. I was not supposed to lose my life in this way. And when I'm connecting with him, it's so crazy because the two of you were like so bonded and so connected here in this world. And that bond doesn't just leave. Like he's still watching over you from the other side every single day. And he actually says to me that one of the ways that he reaches out to you is within birds. Do you see birds that remind you of him, that you see, and that's your symbol for him?
All the time.
Know that he's bringing that through when I'm connecting with him. And I have to tell you, when I'm speaking to his soul, he said to me, this is so crazy because the day that he died, I feel like you were supposed to be either seeing him or you're supposed to be like meeting back up with him and you never got to do it because his soul passed.
Yeah.
He just said to me this. He says to me, now I just want her to know that even though that bothers you every day, even though that bothers you that you didn't get to see him or talk with him, he says, I want her to know that I'm there. And I'm going to tell you everything, right? Because when souls die, it's really interesting.
You see, that might be his brother.
Things that
No, it's gotta be his brother.
Oh boy, you're gonna get
Gotta
this.
be,
You're
yeah,
gonna get this.
brother.
I'm gonna tell you.
Because I was like, son, nah, that's too old. He was like 60, then I'm like, yeah, that's his son.
And he knows now. He says, wait, don't you say another word because he's telling me. He just goes to me now. She kept telling me, oh my God, he's so annoying. He's so annoying. He keeps blowing me up. He keeps texting my phone. Like, and he shows me
he's on IR. He's going to be out till for the next 2 games after this at least. But that guy y'all got did damn good. I got him in fantasy football.
I know. He goes, I know that you
I don't even know, but he got like 150 yards.
He hasn't played yet.
He played.
I know not to feel guilty because I called him at weird hours. He says to me, I called him like all the time. And he shows me when I'm connected with him. He was like,
he's gonna be starting.
He like drugs or something, but he shows me
very. I'm gonna
him,
tell you.
like him taking different pills. And he used to like. He says to me, now I was a partier. He goes, I was always out partying and drinking and this and that.
This nigga got.
What was really crazy is like
Look
he
how many
tried to
yards.
pull you back into that lifestyle. Do you understand that?
Yards.
Like he wanted you to go and party with him. And I see him like he'd call you at like 2 a.m. and be like, hey, I'm over here. Like you need to come down. You need to come do this. We're going out tonight. You're like, I don't want to be any part of that. Yeah. He's bringing that through. And listen,
Matt
Frazier. Can I say everything because I don't want your husband?
I've heard the name before, but
sir, I can't defend myself.
I've heard it.
So know that one of the things he said to me also that he once had
that
a
nigga
crush on you.
averaged 5 yards a carry.
He was like,
not true. Because I feel like you know about this. I feel like either your friends told you this, or you knew about this.
I had no idea. He's a baby brother.
He said, keeping it in the friend
I love
zone.
being a comedian because they tell me everything. He goes, Matt, he goes, I liked her. I always liked her. He says, but I knew I didn't have a chance. He says, and can I tell you, listen, mute your microphones if you don't want to hear me swear because it's not me, it's coming from him. He says to me, he goes, Matt, he goes, I knew better. He says, because if I fucking touched her, he goes, she'd kill me. He says, that's what he said. He says,
she said,
yup. She looks like she's fine on that side of the screen. He goes, but she can hold her own. He says, and I was a little bit of afraid of her, he said. He's just, this is crazy right now, isn't it?
This is crazy, yes.
He's doing one more.
He just said to me when I'm connected.
How do you know?
By the time.
He says, Matt, he goes, I knew that. You know, we weren't going to do it together. He goes, I just loved her as a person. And he just said to me like that. And this is so beautiful, and I love this. He just said to me, the one thing that he really hoped and prayed for in his life was to find someone like you. So he says to me that even though that never happened, you have to know this because you had such a profound impact on his life. And I feel like the reason why like he loved you so much it wasn't like as much as it was a physical attraction. It was so much that you just were so gentle with him. You were so kind with him. You were so supportive with him. And
no, I didn't reach out. I didn't reach out yet because that was late last night that you asked me. But I'm gonna hit him up now.
I'm not going that way. Like I have to get my life together. I'm looking for more of my life. He says I should have gone down that same path.
But I'm going tomorrow. I need it by
so know that
today. Like,
what I need to let you
like,
understand is that even though it passed in such a tragic way,
email me a statement. He
shows me on the other side that he is always and forever here. And all those signs you see are his just way of the same way that he used to annoy you with those phone calls. He's annoying you with signs now from the other side because you're gonna be like, "Is that friggin' bird again?" And I feel like your husband gets so pissed. Like, all right, we know you get signs. We know, like you see that. Like, stop bringing it up. Do you understand that?
I don't ignore him anymore.
No, it's his way of just seeing that and letting you know it's completely fine. He's also telling me though when I'm connecting with him, I see like was he like obsessed with CDs or like getting new albums?
Oh, yeah. Music. Loved music.
Because but wait a minute. I feel like it's more than that. Because when I'm connecting with him, I see him like, oh, we need to listen to this track. We need to listen to the CD. And I feel like either you used to back in the day, you used to trade CDs with him, or you used to bring the CDs over. Because he showed me like CDs being traded. Although I can tell you, he shows me he used to bootleg it when I'm connecting with him. I see like these bootlegged CDs that have like the magic marker on it or the Sharpie on it.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's like, Matt, he's going to me like this. I love this guy. He shows me like this. I got something. He shows me like this. Like, hold on. It's like he's got his laptop or his computer out, right? And I see him with the computer out, and he's got like all these CDs, and he shows me like him going and like what music do we want this week? Like, I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna make it.
Yes. Yes.
So
he was a CD maker.
So no, it's his way of just bringing that through from the other side.
It's crazy, huh?
What I need you to know is that this is his way, because sometimes souls pass and die, and they watch over us as a special influence within our life, and that's what he's doing right now. So no matter where you go, this is his way of just letting you know in spirit he's there. And there's one other thing I gotta tell you as well. He's also bringing up the tattoo with me when I'm speaking to him. So he keeps talking about a tattoo that was done in memory of him here in the physical world. So who's got that tattoo? Did all of his friends get it, or did people get it?
I've been thinking about getting a tattoo. I haven't got it yet, but I have what I know what I want.
Wait a minute. Before we even get into that, hold on. There's something very specific he's telling me. I feel like there was a tattoo that he wanted but never was able to get. Okay. And are you getting the infinity symbol, or is there a connection with the infinity symbol to you? Are you sure? Or is there a connection with an 8? Because it looks like an infinity symbol or an 8 that I'm seeing.
Hopefully you hear that somebody else.
I don't know what
I don't know if that has something to do with him or what it is. I feel like when I'm connecting, there was like some type of a tattoo that he did not get.
I thought she was
and like was going to get it,
still.
but unfortunately his passing had stopped it. But whatever you do, this doesn't have to do this.
That scared me.
Oh no!
I thought you were looking past.
Oh no, I do that sometimes. I be
watching over you in spirit, and that he always is there and by your side.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Where are you guys from?
Florida. Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, Pensacola? Well, listen, I just announced all my Florida tour, so I hope that I get to see you guys. I don't know where the hell that is. Is that near like?
Yeah, he's
It's in the Panhandle.
The last one.
Like in West Florida.
Please.
I should know because I live in West Palm Beach, right? Well, I live in Rhode Island and West Palm Beach. But anyway, no, I announced the Florida station. Is this your first time online?
Yes.
Really? Oh my God, I'm so happy I got to connect with you. I'm so happy I got to speak to you. I'm so happy I got to deliver this message today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate that.
It's okay.
All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with that, and then also at the same
I'm
time,
gonna keep trying.
We'll get through.
When I stop like this and just listening, and what I actually am doing in my head, just so you know that I'm not like crazy, although I speak to dead people, so it's expected. I'm asking that soul to step aside so I can clearly hear the next soul that's trying to come through and trying to speak. So at the same time, I'm also hearing Lauren. Did you lose your mom? Was there a mother that passed over there on that side of the screen? Okay. Because she just said to me, that's my daughter, that's my daughter. So we're going to come over there. And this is how it works. When I see you guys, right, I don't pick the people. It's those on the other side just said to me, Lauren, that's my daughter. Can you come over there? So Lauren, where are you from?
Sarasota, Florida.
Oh my God, that's where I'm coming, Sarasota. That I know. Are you guys coming to see me live?
I won't be in Sarasota at that time. I already looked at the dates.
Well, listen, that's all right. I'm glad that you're here. Look at she's representing Florida. She got the what's it called, palm tree shirt on and everything.
Oh, she's cute.
And who is here with you?
These are my aunts and my mother's sisters.
Okay, perfect. So know that her soul is here. Because this is what's crazy. The moment that other soul I went to push away, immediately your mom was saying, I need to come talk to Laura, I need to come talk to Laura. So first of all, this is a really tough reading to do because your mom just said to me, Matt, I wish that I had more moments with my daughter. And first of all, your mom says to me that first of all, she wants to apologize for the milestones that she missed and the milestones that she did not get to be here for here in this world. And she wants to thank her sisters, two of you, for being there, for always staying close, and for being together.
10 minutes, but
because when I'm connecting with
he
your
does
mom,
usually
she's
like
saying to me, I didn't want to die like this.
So
I didn't
it's
want
like
to die.
12:30.
And she's bringing that through when I'm connecting with her.
But
she's also showing me on the other side when I'm speaking to her that first of all, this was something that came like out of the blue when I'm speaking with your mom. And
don't leave. He might think you.
Okay. Before she had died, okay.
Oh, you're gonna get it in while they're doing this.
Either an infection with her.
Yes.
Well, there's something with her
baby.
blood, you know?
No.
Because when I'm connecting with her, I am seeing when I'm connecting with your mother. It almost feels like I keep feeling like there wasn't a blockage that had happened before her departure. How is it that she passed here in the physical?
Lung cancer.
But no, that's what I'm talking about. When I'm speaking to her, she's saying to me here in this world before she had died, I felt like that they weren't figuring out that it was lung cancer in the beginning.
They knew. Maybe not at the way beginning.
Because what I see is this, and this is what your mother's showing me. She shows me by the time that she was diagnosed, I see the doctors always one step behind what was happening with her. So you're telling me that they knew. I'm seeing with your mom at first, I think that in the beginning, they didn't realize what was that.
Come on now.
Going on. Conditions. Okay, cancer and different
I don't even know
illnesses
if that
affect us
worked,
in
but
different
hey.
ways. And when I connected with your mom, I felt like there was a tumor right here. That's what
Where's that video?
she's showing me. Do you think some of her esophagus or her being able to eat or
Yes, eventually
At the
it
end.
spread and she couldn't eat and she was vomiting a lot.
That's what I'm talking. That's the blockage. Remember I was telling you there was a blockage that had happened? That's what she's showing me. So wherever this was, I feel like even though she had the lung cancer, there was this tumor that had come up that was in a weird position that was blocking here. And that's what she's showing me. And in the beginning with your mom, I feel like either they thought that she was going to be okay in the very early stages, but she says to me this was very aggressive, and she shows me that the one thing that was really tough is that the doctors were always one step behind what was going on. So I'm here because I'm going to be very honest with you, Lauren. Your mom says to me that you still have not gotten peace
like he was like, no.
because
he was
every
like, for
day
real?
was a fight. Every day was a struggle.
How
And then
Everlade.
you were right behind
look like
your
him?
mom
Yeah.
fighting for her, saying what's next, what can we
Rick,
do, and your
look
mom wants to
download
thank
this.
you because
I
even though you
sent
were
it to
so
Boo.
young, you tried your hardest to understand and to be there and to help her in every way that you could. And what was hard is that it's like you would get good news and then bad news, and then good news and then bad news. We're gonna do this, okay, this didn't work. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then this didn't work. And your mother just says to me that what you saw from a young age is something that you should have never had to see with your mom. Because she
Remember
shows
this
me
chick
that
from
you
the
did
tavern?
everything that you could. I'm talking about all of you, your whole family, to try to
Deborah,
keep her
you remember
comfortable,
her?
about trying to keep
She's
her
like a registered nurse
every
now.
now and then.
Yeah,
you were
she's
trying
cool.
to keep her home or keep her in her house, but she says to me she was having so many issues with symptoms that she was going back and forth with the doctors. It was impossible just to keep her at home. And that's what's so hard. It's like I see her getting vulnerable, like you've been like, okay, we're gonna keep you comfortable, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then all of a sudden, I see that the symptoms were things that were not able to be managed by all of you, or be able to manage it being at home. So what's really disturbing about this is when I see your mom's passing, she shows me that it wasn't, to you looking in on this, it was not peaceful. Because you tried to get peace for her every day because of all the horrible things that you saw your mom going through. But what she wants to let you know from the other side is that she wasn't afraid of this illness. I wasn't afraid of treatment, that's what she tells me, because I was afraid of leaving you. And your mom says to me that every single day it's like you still go through terrors after dealing with what happened with your mom. She says, Matt, I need to tell my daughter that I'm okay, I need to tell my daughter that I'm okay. And when I'm speaking to her, she's also talking about a necklace. So do you have a necklace in memory of her or a necklace that you wear?
I wear her ring.
Around your neck?
No.
No, she's telling me about a necklace that I keep seeing. I want you to think about this.
Okay.
This is something that she's either had to give to you or a necklace that you had taken after her passing. Because she's saying this, she says to me about my necklace. And she says to me, go ahead, I'm sorry.
We have a lot of her jewelry, yeah.
Okay, but I also feel, and I could be off on this, but what she's making me feel is like there might be a matching one. So either like there was 2 sets of these necklaces, or like you have one and she's got one. Because when I'm connecting, she's showing me like this necklace in heaven, and it's saying like my daughter has my necklace too, she's got my necklace too. So no, it's her way of just bringing that through when I'm speaking to her. What I have to tell you as well is that when I'm speaking to her soul, she says to me this, she goes, Matt, nobody was prepared for me to die. And what was really hard is that your mom looked okay on the outside, but she had all of these things that were going on the inside. And what was so hard about this is, she says to me, Matt, she goes, every day for me, she says, I never got a break. She goes, there were so many things that she wanted to do after she recovered from this, after she moved past this. She says, and I never got a chance to do so. But on the other side, she shows me that she is with you every day, and more importantly, that this is her way of letting you know that she is guiding you
My big
within
back ass.
life
I was
and
like
what you know.
thinking of chicken wings, bro.
She's also talking about watching over children here in the physical world. So do you also have the kids here in this world?
A niece.
Perfect. No, it's her way of acknowledging she's watching it. She keeps telling me that the children see her. So does the kids ever talk about seeing your mom or saying she see a woman?
Yes, we think she stares off into the distance and she laughs and smiles.
She says to me she comes and watches over the kids. So your mom is like obsessed with children here in this world. And when your loved ones love certain things, like they'll come back, especially obviously family, they'll come back and do the same things. And she's talking about watching over the. You're telling me about that one girl, but she's telling me the children, there's kids that she comes back and looks after. So know that when you see her interacting or connecting with spirit, she's actually connecting with your mom. All right. Well, listen, I'm sorry I'm going to miss you in Sarasota, but I'm happy that I get to see you this afternoon. I'm happy that I get to deliver this message from her to you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And then also at the same time, while we're here, I also want to go over.
I was looking at. I only saw this.
Pay attention here. Okay. I also want to go into Sabrina as well. Can we go over there?
Show you the video.
There's actually a couple souls in that room. Hold on, wait till you hear this. I have to have my Starbucks here because this is what the psychics run on today.
He's got a few minutes.
At least this psychic. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Where are you guys from?
Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, that's around the Baltimore. If you from there, around there. Baltimore.
I never heard of it like that.
My family is not Baltimore,
Well, first of all, I would say really weird when
it's crazy to hear white folks saying it like
sound like I got an
that.
accent?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you guys are here. There's a couple souls that I'm connecting with on the other side.
That's the Baltimore
But
accent?
first of all,
They say that's how they say the city, but if they say anything like two, they say two, do.
I'm gonna stop blurting things out. Okay.
Yeah,
So
do,
first of all,
two.
I see that there was a baby that didn't make it.
Well, no, not the T's or D's, but like two, do, you, is you, do. That's how they talk. It's a ugly. It's not the sexiest accent. It's not pretty, but it is what it is.
Like, I think an ugly accent is
I also have a father here. Does your dad pass as well?
What's close
My
to
dad
New
did,
York?
yes.
And how are you connected, by the way? I'm sorry.
Oh, the New England.
Okay, so that,
but that's not Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
What's the wife's name?
Taylor.
Taylor? Okay, let's start with you, Taylor, because
them in New York have a completely different accent. But yeah, that shit is ugly.
It's actually
Boston
here
accent is
with
ugly.
you and your family. So Jude, how do you
Boston,
connect
Mass.
with that?
I don't even know how to say it.
I don't know. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I deal with a lot
Trish,
of
what's the
death
ugliest
sometimes.
Oh, okay. That could be the reason why, because when I'm connecting, I have
I'll
that
say
soul
Baltimore
that's
and
in the forefront.
Boston.
That's yes. You do labor and
Like
labor
New
and
England
delivery.
Boston.
That's why. So that was your husband that died?
Boston is a New England accent.
And then also when I'm connected, did your father also pass here in the physical?
Mine, no.
Like he's
Did
still
you
here.
get to record
And this
that
man that's here, this
when
also
he
is
was
here, and
talking
showing me
about
this, he's
the-
in military uniform when I'm
Oh, you
connected.
didn't, huh?
So I don't know if that was his father or
was
if
he
that would be your
talking about?
grandfather, but I know that that's
When
also there
Trish
on
was
his-
like, that's him.
Oh, I got him.
Do you know
did?
somebody named
It's
Jack?
still
It's still going.
Or
That
Jackie?
motherfucker's still going.
Right, you guys are looking at each other like, I don't know. I want you to react
hear
on
that,
pay
like,
attention
what?
because I know
Yeah.
you're looking at it from
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that doesn't make all the other souls just go away. So when you're like, oh, I don't know, please know that these souls are still here and these souls are still present. And I like to identify all the souls that are here because sometimes, you might be waiting for that one person, but these souls are still with this person in heaven, or this person sees that person on the other side.
Saints beating the
So
Cowboys'
first
ass.
of all, when I'm connecting, know that your dad is here.
Saints.
I'm also seeing though, did he pass
And
a
Dallas
tragedy
too.
here in the physical?
Keep it up. Good job, Saints.
So
Because when I'm
when,
speaking to him, he
what
just
time
texted
the
me back. He
49ers
says, I want to let my
play
family know that
I think y'all
wasn't supposed
playing
to
now.
die in this way.
No,
Wasn't
they're
supposed to die
playing.
like
I
this.
didn't want to
And when I'm connecting with him,
distract.
I know
Hold on, let
that
me see. I
Julie
think
was
they're
so
playing.
upset over his passing and about what had happened. Okay?
They're playing the Vikings.
He keeps telling me
Minnesota.
I lost consciousness.
So yeah.
So before
Minnesota
he had
got
died,
three.
did he
You wanna put it on and just turn
pass
the
out?
sound
Okay,
down?
like he keeps talking about a loss of consciousness before his passing.
Possibly. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
So, he overdosed.
But all I know is that he talks about losing consciousness and that's how he had passed. And I know, can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a hard reading to do. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because he's telling me one story and you're going to tell me the other story. And together, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Because here's what happens being a medium. We're going to roll up my sleeve for this one. He says to me when I'm connecting with him that he had medications that he was not using correctly. But I also feel like there were medications that were prescribed prescribed for him. Okay? This is where the line gets blurred. I don't know how I should start this reading. First of all, was this just a recent passing?
Tell her to relax.
She don't listen.
Because when connecting with him, I'm asking for information. It's like coming and going. All right, I'm gonna start with really quick.
She be loopy.
I want to start, but there's so many places to start. Like, he's showing me everything. When I'm connecting with this man, first of all, he was hard-headed here in this world. He did not listen to anybody. And even now on the other side, you're gonna know that they don't change their personality. And I'm asking him questions, and I'm asking him how he had died. And instead of telling me like what he sees in the afterlife, like the truth of what happened, I first of all want to talk to you about how he felt here in this world. That's the only way to start this reading, I feel. Because when I'm connecting with him, he keeps telling me how he had felt within his body. And he keeps telling me, Matt, I was in pain, I was in pain, I was in pain. That's what he tells me. And I don't know if this was like a mental thing where he was like thinking that he was in pain and he really wasn't, but he shows me like he was looking for excuses to take medications or take certain things. Does that make sense to you?
The offensive line.
Like, it's almost like he's building a case, like saying like, I needed this medication for this. Because he's not admitting to me that he was misusing the medication. He's trying to come up with ways on why he needed it.
Like where
Does that make sense to you?
Sounds exactly like him.
Even though this was not the truth, okay? This is how he had felt when he was here. Does that make sense? Like, oh, I really need this. I need to take this because of this, and this. And this is where where the lines get blurred as a medium. I don't know if he was saying this because he actually believed it, like he thought he had pains within his body, he thought that he needed this, he thought he had to function, because this is what he keeps telling me. The doctors didn't believe me. The doctors didn't believe me. So when I hear that, it means to me that, like I said, he was making excuses for things that weren't there. What I need to tell you is this. This is really hard because I know that the two of you are very upset with him with his passing, very upset that this had happened. And at the same time, before he had died, he says, Matt, I'm sorry for the way that I treated them and for some of the conversations that I had with them. He tells me that when he was here, he was the type of person who used to get very angry here in the physical world. And anytime that you tried to help him or do something for him, instead of him like being rational with you or being upset or being sad, he used to attack. That's what he used to do. He was an attacker here in this world. And on the other side, he just said to me, Matt, I'm here today to admit that I was wrong on that. Because he knows that the two of you genuinely tried to help him, genuinely tried to be there for him, but you didn't know how. And every time you tried to help this man, the both of you, it's like you would get hurt in between. And he made it impossible for you to try to help him, for you to try to be there for him. And he also says to me, Matt, we used to get nasty with one another, he said. Here's this word. And I feel like, listen, he shows me everything. And I see like that you as his daughter, like you used to threaten your father here in this world. Like there were threats that were made. He's showing me this. It's like when I'm connected with him, I don't know how. I gotta tell you something. I take my hat off to you because I don't know how you were his daughter and you stayed as close as you did with him. Because like
he holding y'all
like
down
I hear swearing being said. I hear like all these things. I hear like there were times where like you weren't answering his call, like when you weren't like talking to him, like there were like all these things. But you, all in all, you were doing this to try to save his life because you were so afraid like something like this was going to happen. Your dad knows. And I feel like the reason why he was showing me who he was when he was alive is to genuinely let the two of you know that he's not like that anymore. He's not making excuses because he tells me that you as his daughter, you keep saying all the time, like, I just wish I could have an honest conversation with my dad. I just wish that, you know, I could have a conversation with him where he could truly understand what I saw, what I dealt with, how he treated me, how he affected me. And I need the two of you to know this. He's here today without the pills. He knows what you experienced, what you saw. He knows the excuses that he made. He knows all of these things. And what he's so sorry about was the way that you had found him here in this world and the way that he was discovered.
Yeah, Minnesota's fucking up.
What I need you to understand is that he said to me, Matt, I did this to myself. He shows me him losing consciousness and not being able to get help, meaning that he wasn't able to call 911. He wasn't able to do nothing. Understand what was happening within his body. But he also says to me that he did not want to die. This was not a suicide. This was not something where he had taken his life. It was something that he thought that he knew better. He didn't think that these medications could do for it. And that's what you dealt with him every day. He thought he knew better on everything. That's why he's here.
Yep.
So know that what I need to acknowledge to you is he just said to me, Matt, I want them both to know that in the afterlife, I'm a completely different person because these addictions can't touch me. And he also just said, you have no idea how much the both of you had meant to him here in this world. He says to me, Matt, he says to me, do you know that they still have my clothes? They haven't got rid of my clothes. They say clothing that you've still hung on to since his passing. He shows me when I'm connected with him, like, and were you taking his vehicle? Are you going to keep his vehicle?
Yeah.
Because he shows me like you going in and talking to him and having conversations with him. And he says to me, Matt, I left them in such a mess. And it's like, nobody knows what to do. You're like, I don't want to touch any of these things. He says, I don't want to do any of these things. And by the way, he says to me, you need to let them know I'm not going to be mad at them in heaven and in the afterlife. So know that what he's here to tell you and what he really wants you to know in spirit is this. I will always love you. He says, and what you saw before I died was not really me.
Going deep, Shaheed. He's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans.
He just asked me to do one thing. He says, Matt, can you just tell my wife, can you just tell my daughter that they meant everything to me. And even though I didn't always show it, even though I didn't always show it, even though I didn't always say it, he says I knew it. And I knew that they wanted the best for me. He says, and I fought you because I just always thought that I was right. And the one thing is this, and I'm here to tell the two of you that you're not responsible and should not have to hold on to the pain
It's a lot of weight to carry.
Holding on to because of his death. Because he tells me that between the two of you, you feel so guilty because you personally feel I should have intervened. I could have saved this because you saw this a long time coming. But listen, he tells me you already did. You wouldn't let him. So he wouldn't let you is what I meant to say. He's telling me, and this is really important because he must see something that we don't.
Because she walked around the yard.
Don't let anybody else's opinion or what anyone else is thinking affect our relationship. You knew me best. So I don't know if you think that other people are judging you or saying things or whatever it is. He says to me, this has nothing to do with anybody else but me and my girls. So know this one thing. He wants you, the two of you, to stay close with one another. He says that I don't want anyone to take on burdens, hurt, guilt, or pain. He says, leave that with me because I caused this. He says, and I was just too stupid here in this world to see it. That's what he tells me. So know that one of the things that I want you to know is that he is okay. And there's one other thing that he's telling me. After he died, okay, and this, sometimes Spirit will give me something and then show me fact to back it up. Now I know he just died in July, so it may not have happened yet. But I feel like I feel like after he died, he found either pill bottles that he was hiding or medication that he was hiding that you found after his passing.
You looking at Tina Papa?
No. Because what I see is like going through his things and like
Come
randomly
on, over
finding
there. Sit down,
like,
chill. Take a chill pill. Sit down.
You sure that didn't happen yet?
Sit down.
Not yet. Okay. Because he's bringing this to it. I feel like when I'm connecting with him, I feel like it's gonna be in like a pocket, or like in something. He just said to me when I'm connecting with him, like this is like for him to show me this, it's his way of showing me like that he was deceitful, like he wasn't showing you guys everything. But know that what he wants to let you know is that he did make it to the other side. His soul is at peace. He was able to look back on these things. He did regret it, and he says to me, he wants to let the two of you know that he's watching over you every single day. So know that he's here. Know that he's by your side, and he will always be watching over you in spirit. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Is this your first time being here?
Yes.
I'm so happy that he can. I gotta tell you, it sometimes takes a little bit for souls to come through. You're very lucky that he just passed in July. This past July, right? Yeah. And here we are in September, and his soul is here. It's because he really needs to come through because he knows that you were stressing over this message. It's his way of showing you that, through all of this, he did make it to the other side, and he is here with you. Right, and I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And this is what's so crazy, you guys, right? When you're here, you bring your loved ones with you. And I wanted to go over on time. We're supposed to end at 1:30, but I can't just stop, right? When souls are talking to me, I have to keep going and speak. And also, I wanted to do some extra readings for that time that we missed. What I want you guys to know is that when it comes to the other side, your loved ones in spirit, I'm just waiting for the results to come through for that private reading, but your loved ones in spirit are here. right? And what's so beautiful is that you're gonna know that sometimes you won't receive a message from spirit. Like people think all the time, like, oh, if I got a private reading from Matt, my loved one would come through. And no, even with private readings, right? If you go to a psychic medium and they say, oh, who are you looking for? Oh, I can get you a message from your dad. Oh, I can guarantee I can get a message from your mom. There's no way. Because what I want you to know is I don't want anyone to get ripped off as scams. I'm going to tell you the truth. Take some nut after your money. When there's a message for you, there's a message for you. But I can't just put words in your loved one's mouth. I can't make your loved one come down. Just like with that reading. I said to them, it's gonna be his side, her side, the truth, right? Your dad is telling me what he felt when he was here, what he felt in the afterlife. Even though these things might not have been true, it's how he had felt before he had died. Well, you're gonna know that this happens with every soul. I can't just make your loved one say a certain thing. I can't make your loved one come through. Sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes the souls aren't ready. And sometimes what happens is that your loved one's waiting for the perfect opportunity. So for example, that woman that I was reading for today who had lost her son, she'd been to many different Zooms, never got an appointment, right? He had many different Zooms, never got a reading, what I meant to say. And then don't you know that all of a sudden today she was the first one her son was here. Well, it wasn't because she attended all those times. I know that today was the day that she broke through. It was the day that for some reason she was healed enough to hear a message from her son. And sometimes that's what happens is sometimes our grief and our pain can actually block our loved ones from coming through. So what I want you to know is this, if you didn't get a reading here this afternoon, please don't be upset. As you saw, some people came, they got read the very first time. Some people came here and it may be the second time, like that family that I read for. They came once before, the woman got a message today, they came back, her husband got a message, right? It's whatever soul is here and talking right at the exact moment.
Yo,
so what I want you to know is that if you didn't get a reading here this afternoon, what I want you to know is that I'm coming back on tour. If you take a look at my website, all right? Next month, starting in October, I'm coming to Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Northfield, Ohio, Jolie, Illinois. I'm coming to Indianapolis, Indiana, St. Louis, Missouri. I'm also coming to Las Vegas for 2 nights. It's the smallest event that I do, by the way. I'm coming October 25th and October 26th to Las Vegas. It's the smallest, most intimate event. Make sure that you're there if you can attend. I'm also coming to Canada, and I'm also coming to, where else? I got all these, Scottsdale, Arizona, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. I'm there for 2 nights in December.
Texas,
and I'm also coming to Sarasota, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, and I said Atlantic City, right?
God can
all those
hope,
dates are up
can
on my website. So if you want to come and meet me in person, there's also meet and greet tickets available. Just go to meetmattfrazier.com. And what I also want you to know is that if you didn't win the private reading, we're about to announce it in just a second, but if you didn't win the private reading this afternoon, what I want you guys to know is that I'm doing another online reading on October 1st. So there's 2 things that you need to know. October 1st, I'm doing another online reading.
Another one of
every
these?
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
We're
Yeah,
almost
October
sold out of that
1st, that's
online
close.
reading. That's the next date. And I just announced my
Because
October.
I
So
had
there's
the
3 dates to
first one
choose
on
from in
Peter's
October.
birthday.
And also
And
on October
it was the
30th,
same. It
on
was like
October
this one,
30th,
which
me and my mom are coming together. We're doing a Halloween seance.
Yeah,
Where we're going to be
that
going
makes
and
sense.
channeling the other side and seeing who steps forward, and also teaching you how to tap into your own abilities. So that's something you don't want to miss. We can only do it that one night because that's the night when
October 1st.
Earth and the spirit world is closest.
See what
So the
date does that
physical world and the
fall
spirit
on?
world is closest the night before Halloween.
Get that shit, so
if you wanna
we already
register,
prepared.
meetmattfrazier.com. Meetmattfrazier.com. You've got to make sure that you're there. All right.
It's a
That
Tuesday.
being said, the winner of the private reading with me is Amanda and Joy Shepherd. Pull them up. They were the first people to raise their hands. Oh my God, it's so great to connect with you guys. Are you guys in shock right now? Can you believe it?
Yeah, this is our second time, so we're in shock.
Well, listen, I'm so glad that you're here. Where are you guys from?
Virginia.
They probably see me
Perfect.
going
Well,
like
so
this.
Virginia. I haven't been able to come to Virginia, so I'm so happy you won the private reading.
I
We're going to
gotta
be in
get
touch with you
another
guys. Send an
one.
email to my office so we can set that up.
It's alright.
I will,
It'll
thank
come
you.
through.
Thank you guys so much. We're going to select a date and time after
Alright,
this
third
event.
and goal,
And like I said,
Tina.
if you didn't get a message here this afternoon, don't be upset. I try to make these events affordable, and we also
Just do me
recently
a favor
reduced,
and
really
that
important,
that
reduced the
message
ticketing
go
fee.
back to
So
whatever
hopefully
he
it
was
sticks.
talking about.
We
I
tried
got
to
you.
reduce the ticketing fee to give
And
everybody
just
so
clip
the event
that
tickets are a little
part.
bit
I
less
just
than
want to
what
know
the
what
ticketing
he was
company.
saying. 'Cause
So that
I
being
thought he
said,
was
if you want
talking
to
to
join
a
me on
lady.
October 1st,
I thought he was too.
spots left, and I really hope to see you there. Just head to my website, meetmattfrazier.com.
Alright, you guys, I'm going to dumb that
And
pill
you're
because
also going to find on there some courses.
I can close this.
Because what I want you to know is that you have a psychic gift. You have a way to sense your loved ones, feel your loved ones, connect with your loved ones. And what's so beautiful is every day from now.
That was a little emotional, especially at first. Yeah.
So if you didn't hear from someone this afternoon, don't be upset. Sometimes it takes a couple of times. But I tried to keep it $22. I tried to keep it affordable for everybody because I know that one time, when it's the right time, you will get a message from your loved one. So if you didn't see me, if you didn't get a message here today, I would never lie and tell you that a loved one was here. If they're not, please know that October 1st, we'll be back here, live online. I hope you guys will come and join me while there's still time. And in the meantime, trust in the signs. When you leave here, what's so important is your loved ones don't leave here with me. They go home with you. They're sending you signs. They're coming through in dreams. They're finding all different ways that they can to get your attention. And sometimes, like you saw.
How do you do the hot water thing?
Oh. So you just lift the lid. How many ounces? Probably
To the
10.
line? Like
Shit,
right
let's
here?
see, about 10.
The line is right here.
Okay. All right. You don't put the seasoning in.
You can't stop it like on point?
Hell no. So.
You can't? Really? Let's
We
try.
got an old, that's a Keurig Nana got for us. We have another one that probably could do that, but it broke, unfortunately.
Let's try
8? Let's see, I'll show you. 10 ounces, 8 ounces, 6.